But with all the doom and gloom out of the way, boys, how have our weeks been? Has everyone been vibing? I know we've been getting a lot of time in with some Vigi games. What we've been playing, Sam, as always, you can start. And Sam,
Okay.
I know we're gonna have time. We're gonna talk heavily about. I mean, I guess we could do it now. It's up to you if you want to talk about just what you think about Animal Crossing, and then when I go, I'll just think of what I think about fucking Doom
Uh,
or whatever.
might as well. Might as well. I'll give you a tiny little history of it with my history with Animal Crossing. I think I like maybe played a demo or a little bit of the original GameCube game, but then I never played after that. Then around 2000, I think 10 or 11, we've had the Wii for like a year or two, and a game came out called Animal Crossing City Folk, and my sister went bananas. Like she was like, "I want this game. I want it." She got it for her birthday, or I think like for Easter or something. And me and her like just went to town on that game. We played it almost every single day. Of course, she was more creative than me. She was decorating stuff. I was just kind of like playing with her and stuff. So we really enjoyed that game. We never like completed it or like got like to an end game, which there's no end game for Animal Crossing, but we didn't like I think get to like the upper echelon or tiers of like stuff you could do. So played that for a few years and then we stopped. I never got New Leaf. I heard that was a really good game, a really good Animal Crossing game, but I never got that. I did pick up Pocket Camp, and my sister did too, but we didn't really play it together. It was a very light version of it, and it just wasn't to me. It wasn't worth putting any time into, much time into it. So then this game was announced, and I was like, "Oh man, my sister would love this." For some reason, she didn't have the want to get a Switch. Like I was actually planning on doing that for Christmas for her or for her birthday, but just she was vibing that she didn't really want one, which I thought was a little weird because I was like, why wouldn't you want to play Animal Crossing anyway? So I got to thinking, I'm like, you know what? If I could visit her sometime or whatever, she can play it, and we can play it for like a few hours because it's usually be a weekend. So I decided I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up for the purpose of playing with her. But I gotta say, I have been playing the crap out of this game. It's so relaxing. When we play games, a lot of times we do it to relax, and that's true. But then there are some games that kind of like with I've been watching you play Doom on stream, and I know you get times where you get a little stressed because there's a lot going on, and you have to manage a lot of stuff on
There's so
screen.
much shit you're fucking managing, bro.
So to me, that is a different type of relaxing because you're kind of using your brain in a different capacity. You're not like you're actually doing something you want to do. This game, though, you kind of can turn your brain off a little bit because it's the simplicity of just picking up stuff, doing daily things, and just the characters are great. Like Tom Nook, despite what he represents, he's the most chill landlord I think I'll ever meet or ever
Yeah.
have.
Like you got 50K, yo, me. Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, there's no interest. He says no interest. He actually says there's no interest with
Yeah.
the loan. But yeah, and then of course I guess it's his kids. It's got to be his kids, Timmy and Tommy.
Yeah,
I mean,
Timmy and Tommy are his kids.
it's got to be his
Who
children.
Tom Nook out here fucking, bro? Who
And then,
Tom Nook out
but,
here fucking? It's got to be
but
another. I wonder what happens if they. There's no way in hell there's. I mean, we're going way too deep into the logic of this, but there's no way in hell there's crossbreeding going on. So I don't think I've only ever seen kids from Tom Nook, but he had to fuck another raccoon thing, right? He's a raccoon, right? He looks like one.
I think he is considered a raccoon. Now people think he'd be a tanuki, but actually tanukis are
They
a little
got
bit
big
different.
fucking balls too. Oh, bro,
Yeah,
I want a mod for Tom Nook where he's walking around with
Aren't
giant
only animal
fucking gonads.
people in that based off of real animals, not fictional ones?
What happened?
Yeah, they're based off of real
Yeah,
animals.
there's like
They're
a
based
frog,
off of-
there's a cat, there's a deer. They're all like real animals. They're just
Yeah,
they're just
and,
sentient and look goofy.
But what's weird is that they refer him to the fearless leader. They don't call him dad, because I think that in this capacity they're trying to be professional.
Yeah, they're
even
trying to be
though
like
they're
Papa.
obviously they're his kill children. Um, and then of course you get so when you get to the new island, you get two neighbors. I got Scoot. He is a green duck that wears I think it's a hockey helmet, like an old school hockey helmet, because it's like honestly, I thought he was like special needs for some
no.
reason because it was white and it had like hooks underneath. Anyway, but he's definitely like a sports dude. The other character is Charlize. She is a green bear, and she's pretty chill. Like she has this nervous energy about her, but she's kind of cool. She's like pretty chill or whatever. Um, and I picked my island. Now, the island I picked, it is sort of like it's like a pie. It's split into threes. You have the bottom half, and then you have the two upper halves. I chose that because I was thinking ahead for the city, because you can eventually have a city or like a small town, and I was thinking. I was looking ahead, and I wasn't thinking, oh man, am I like trapping myself in this one little area? Because there's a way to cross rivers now. You can actually ford rivers by using a pole vault, which is really cool. But you eventually get it a little later, early in the game, so it wasn't a big deal. I named it Trinity. The reason why is I was thinking of a good name for 3 because you have 3 distinct areas. And I was thinking like, oh, there's Trio, there's like Islands 3 cells. But then I thought Trinity was kind of cool because I think it's a cool word. And I was like, oh, I'll call it Trinity Island. That's kind of cool. But yeah, it's like I said, it's super fun. I have been really diving into the custom design thing. I've already, if you look in our little chat here,
Yeah,
I made my Flash T-shirt and hat. That was obvious.
nice, man.
And now I have been inspired to make Haikyuu stuff. I'm making a Haikyuu volleyball uniform. So so that's really cool.
Let me see if I can find this. But people they were remaking Final Fantasy 14 armor in Animal Crossing, and it's really good looking. Let me see if I can find it. It was on Twitter. Discard flag. What was it called? Animal Crossing New Horizons, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me discard flag. I fucking saw it. Like someone had it was on the Reddit. Someone had like straight up one of the new striking sets. They had it in there.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What's going on here? Oh, continue. I'm sorry. I'm gonna look for this so I can show it to you.
No, you're good. And at first I got frustrated with the customization thing. It was really like just kind of a little difficult to get used to because you have a Y and X axis, so it gives you a grid pattern, and then you have to think in pixel. You have to think pixel art, which pixel art's not too difficult to do, but if you don't have something in mind or reference, it's hard to like do it freehand. But anyway, and what's cool with like you can make t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, coats, all sorts of stuff. And then but you can't do shoes or anything, which kind of sucks. I kind of want to make some yellow shoes to like go with my Flash outfit. But yeah, you can make ball caps, knit caps, and brim hats, which is really cool. But yeah, and then actually I played with my cousin. Now I know this is kind of a sort of a taboo in.
Here's a link, Sam. That's the scholar level 80 scholar attire. What it looks like.
Oh, that's awesome. Usually with Animal Crossing, a lot of people when they play this, they don't time skip. Well, some don't. I time skip for the purpose of jumping ahead to get something the next day, which allows you to let people come to your island.
Yeah, because if you haven't played Animal Crossing, everything's connected to real time, so it'll be using the time your Switch. So you'll set up something. You like say you want to build a shop. You'll gather the resources, and it will take a day for that shop to actually be built. You have to wait.
Yeah.
Some people skip ahead to allow you to get that shit faster if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, so I did that with the purpose of him being able to play with me, which I'm glad I did. So the way it works is that you actually have to, in order for people to come to your island, you have to open your gates. And that's essentially you go online and you allow friends, like your Switch friends, whatever, and they can search from their friends list, and it will automatically find islands that are open. And then they will actually be able to come and they'll say, hey, you have a new person arriving. And then there'll actually be a loading screen that will show them arriving, because I think it's trying to load into the instance that you are on, that online instance or whatever at that moment. He got on the island and very smooth. There was hardly any lag, any like little slingshot jumping here and there, rubber banding stuff. He was able to interact with most things. I don't think he was able to enter in people's houses, if I'm not mistaken. There's a few restrictions on visitors and what they're allowed to do. But other than that, it was really fun. And actually, he was able to progress in his game by getting items from my island. We traded off fruits, which are a big thing. He had. It's funny. We both got to the island, and we both had pears on our islands.
Oh, damn.
Which he said that's very unlikely to have two people have. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that unlikely. But for like two people like who know each other, like it's like, oh, we got the same we got the same one. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's like I said, super relaxing, very, very just really chill. Like it's definitely a game you want to jump into if like you're very stressed and you're just like, man, I just want to just fish. I want to chop wood. I want to catch bugs. One interesting thing is that there are certain bugs or insects that will attack you.
Yeah, I've been bit by a spider.
Yeah, wasps, of course, will do that. And if you're fast enough, you can actually switch to your net, which I've done. I caught a wasp. But I will say the spider was freaking me out. Like it scuttles, and then if it gets close to you, it will put up its hind like legs, like it's about to attack you.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you hold A while holding your net, you'll sneak. And then, but if you try to rush it, it will go after you, and it's quick too. It's like it's just like crawling on the ground towards you. One bite from that will knock you out. So in this game, if you get stung, one of your eyes will like be swollen over. It's really funny. The only way to heal it is to use medicine. Which, if you go out to a villager, they will give you the recipe for medicine, and you can make it on your own, or you just spend 400 bells.
We're just wait.
Yeah, or just wait, or just wait. But other than that, yeah, it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed it. The music it's very chill. Like what's cool is that you have a radio when you first get there, and KK Slider will play different genres, and the music's pretty good. Like you can barely hear it. I'm wondering if you'll get like a speaker or something to make play the music
I'm
louder.
Sure. You can also buy different music tracks in the shop.
Yeah, and that's what I've done. And then what's cool is that I've actually collected some KK Slider photos, and it's in the different genres.
KK Slider's the dog, right?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Plays the guitar?
He's one of the like rare encounters in Animal Crossing. Because I believe it's Koji Kondo is the composer for Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
and he's like put in, that's but yeah, like I'm really enjoying that. A lot of random presents and stuff. Like I got an old antique telephone, like the old one you had to hold. They had the one earpiece, and you had to talk through there. I got a nutcracker for some reason.
I got an ice cream shaver.
Nice.
So it like shaves a cute. You gotta go up to it, shave a thing of ice.
Yeah, and then what's cool is that every day there'll be new items in the shop. Well, right now there's not a lot, but if you use your Nook Miles, which is a new feature, you have what's called a Nook phone. And the Nook phone is essentially basically a smartphone in game.
It's like a menu. It's a glorified UI.
Yeah, pretty much. But I understand how they did it. That's kind of cool. They did that kind of.
I like the phone too. Smartphone.
Yeah. So you have stuff called Nook Miles, and Nook Miles are earned by doing doing various things.
They're like achievements. Like, oh, you've caught 10 fish. Here's.
It's like doing like daily stuff, like an MMO, like doing daily stuff, like doing little mini quests or whatever. Like chop down 10 pieces of tree, get 10 pieces of wood, pop down a balloon, whatever, and then you get Nook Miles, and then the Nook Miles are used to redeem for, like, for instance, you unlock new DIY recipes, which you can actually craft in this game now. You can craft all your tools, and all that. You can also get better tools, which is what I got now. I have like better. But now the only thing is that your equipment will break. So kind of like Minecraft, where it has a
Does
durability.
the higher tier equipment break too?
I don't know yet.
I haven't. I haven't come across it because I had the flimsy stuff. The flimsy shit breaks after a few uses.
So the better stuff lasts a lot longer, but it still breaks.
Okay.
I will say the shovel, I think, breaks the most because I think hitting the rocks, I think, just wears down the durability a lot. I'm not too sure. But then again, like I said, other things you can buy hairstyles, which is what I did because I want to get a different hairstyle. You can do hair color. There are exclusive Nook Ink like items, there's a sleep mask. There's a fan. There's all sorts of stuff. And then it will expand. I'm sure as your town progresses and you get more stuff. You can also buy tickets to go to different islands because that's one of the things is that it's the whole premise is an island, and you can visit random islands that will have randomized stuff, randomized residents. You can get them to come to your island to help build it up. And the airlines is called Dodo Airlines. And the receptionist is a guy named Orville, and his brother's named Wilbur. So I thought that was like, hey, kind of like an obvious reference, but that was kind of cool. And what's funny is that Wilbur has this kind of high pitched voice. No. Orville has a high pitched voice, and Wilbur has like that deep throat voice. I'm talking like it is night and day.
Voice. Jesus.
So
deep throat voice. I've never heard that before.
But not much more I can say. I will say something now. You guys are gonna groan when I say this, but
there's a lot of puns in this game, and it fucking pisses me off.
Am so happy. One of my favorite ones. I'm gonna do it. I don't care. One of my favorite ones is, oh, you caught a carp. If you catch a bunch of them, they can carpool together.
That's really what it said. Oh, fuck, bro. There was one. It's like, oh, you caught a sea bass. No, it's at least a C plus. And I'm like,
yes.
Oh, fuck off, bro.
And
I don't need.
Another one.
I get enough of this just talking to this motherfucker every week. I don't need it to follow me in my fucking video games. All right, I don't need to be assaulted with puns outside of talking to Sam. I get enough of my daily dose of puns from, I'm gonna say monthly dose, because this man goes, well, I'm surprised I haven't overdosed on the amount of shit you spewed at me in terms of puns over the last couple fucking weeks. So Animal Crossing, stop it. I don't need any more of it because it hurts. I can feel my body breaking down as I process this information. Fuck. I hate it so much. It's nasty.
But I really enjoy those.
Of course you do, you fucking sick bastard.
It's great. It's so good. It's like a little thing.
Continue.
And you best believe I'm gonna be writing these down, and I'm gonna be regurgitating them as much as possible because I think they're great.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just something for me. I was thank you.
I'm just waiting to finish the game, and I see in the credits it's like flavor text writer, and one of the names is Sam Harris, bro. On the fucking flavor text, it's my boy. Coming in. This is his debut, a pun writer for Animal Crossing.
I thought about it, and if I ever make a game, I'm gonna put puns in it. Okay. Like I've write a story, and then if I ever say, "Hey, I'm making a game," you're like, "Oh, that's cool, bro," and then you're gonna be playing it and forget completely, and you're like, "No, Sam wrote this."
I will remember. I'll know too because the grammar will be bad. Like, wait a second, I didn't proofread.
I'll have editors with me, so you won't have to worry about that. Anyway, but that's all I have to say. Like I said, super fun. I can't wait to get. If anybody in the community wants to play, let me know.
Oh, hell yeah!
My borders are open.
I have it too.
You can come to my island anytime.
Yeah, just go send Sam some Corona, bro.
I can't wait for any new updates. Like I know there'll be an Easter update pretty soon because that's what they're doing too, is to stop people from like time skipping like a bunch to like get to the events. They're doing a monthly update, so kind of the vein of MMO. Like I'm pretty sure in April they're gonna do Easter theme. May we'll do like I guess flags or whatever. July will be 4th of July, and then through all the different seasons. So but what's cool is that right now I believe. It's springtime now, and then I think because you can pick a northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere to stay, and depending on that, the season will be different. So, like right now, if you're in Australia, I think it's Christmas time or winter time. Am I mistaken? I could be wrong.
Is it actually Christmas in Australia?
I don't think so because, like I said, some people had early copies of it because the Australian copy version came up pretty like way before the North American one, and people were playing, and like Tom Nook was like in a sweater and stuff, so it was like wintertime or something there. I'm not too sure. But anyway, that's all I have to say about the game. It's really fun. But again, anybody in the community, hit me up. It's kind of obvious my name's The Flash, so if you want to, I will put maybe Cog can put my Switch ID or whatever in the description, whatever like that. If you want to hit me up,
those in there. We'll put Switch
or Kyle too, because I know he doesn't play at home, but whenever he gets a chance,
I actually have been like giving it like at least like an hour a day, like before I go to sleep. I'm going to sleep too fucking late, but I'll get on for a bit and play. And Caitlyn plays too. One thing that you didn't touch a lot on is like they have like a local system for the multiplayer too, which is really cool. Like when you say you're playing, you have a Switch and you share your Switch with your family members. If you get like, say you have a sibling and they want to play too, they can actually, if they have their account on your Switch, they can open up the game on their account and they'll actually be on your island as well as another member of the island. They'll be able to put their own house down. They'll be able to build it. They'll be able to put resources towards projects that you're trying to do, and they have their own progression as well. Now, there's no heavy story. It's fucking Animal Crossing, but you have your little events that you can progress through, and they'll have their own progression in their save, but it will all be, so it's like you're sharing an island that you both play on. So it's been kind of cool that me and Caitlyn have been like indirectly playing with each other, because she'll go on and she's like, oh, hey, I donated some things to the museum, so it should be ready like tomorrow or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. And it's just it's like a really nice addition like to it as well, that we are still like indirectly being able to play the game with each other and experience stuff. Like I sent her presents like dumb shit. And you have a little bulletin board you can make like messages on it, and like you can check them, or you can send like cards to each other. So it's been, again, like Sam said, relaxing, very fun. It's definitely like just that type of game where I can see easily why some people don't like it and some people do like it, because you gotta be in that mood. You gotta be looking for that type of experience with Animal Crossing, but it fits those bars. Like if you like The Sims or shit like that, I'd say recommend giving it a try. It's very much like a very casual sim game kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where you're like, okay, you can go do this, go build your house, build up this little town, and then you can like make money by doing activities such as fishing or stuff like that, and just kind of doing whatever. They just kind of drop you on, and you'll get some missions here and there, but for the most part, it's like, do whatever the fuck you want to do. You want to go decorate your house and build it up and do all that, do that. You want to get more like community-based buildings going up, go do that. You want to like explore the rest of the island, start building like work towards building like bridges to get to higher areas and stuff like that, go do that. It's just kind of do what you want and build your own little island. And then if you have
make
friends...
sure you explore your whole island, because you will find messages in the bottle.
And
they will
DIY
give you
stuff, yeah,
DIY stuff or even random things. So definitely explore your island over and over again. And I think it resets at 5 a.m. every day. So go to bed at night, bam. In the morning, you have a brand new instance where they have new announcements, whatever. The characters are really, really funny, really interesting. A lot of them, all their personalities are pretty unique. Like I got this cat that I met who's like wants to be an idol, and she is like super like high intensity. She's like talking really fast and stuff and all that. I'm like, oh great, and I deal with her. She comes to my island, but I was like, I want to have everybody there, so I'm not
Sounds like we don't allow cat people here. We're racist.
But yeah, and
no pussies allowed.
Most frustrating thing I will say
the sign
is
right at the airport: no pussy allowed.
The most frustrating thing is storage management. Is you will run out of storage pretty quickly, especially if you're going on a run or whatever. You can expand it to certain degrees, but I've only gotten one upgrade for that.
And that's, I mean, the house. If you do the house, you get like 80 slots.
Your house, which I'm approaching like 60 items already.
Jesus,
because I'm saving a lot of it for the museum once it loads up. Because then I'm going to just give that.
Same here. But that's why I can't turn in anything because it's being built. So I have like, I caught this fish and I've never fucking turned it in. I'm saving it, and then I'll just make a few trips when it is finally built to go do that. But yeah, game's pretty. It's got that typical Nintendo touch to it where it's not very like, it's not like super detailed, like it's not trying to go for a realistic look, but in the art style that it does present, it's got the nice like touches to it in that, if you kind of get what I'm saying. Like if you look at Mario, like if you played Mario Odyssey, like it's not approaching good graphics in a realistic perspective, but if you look at Mario, he's got like fur on his hat. They have like the little touches that way that make it feel like a next gen title. It looks good in that degree where it's for the art style that they do choose. They still go above and beyond with the details to make it feel like it is a current gen game kind of thing. And Animal Crossing does the same shit. It looks nice, especially like some of the animals, like the models all look really nice. The items you can build all look really nice. Everything just looks clean, and the UI is well designed. Everything about it is just a good Animal Crossing game from what I've played so far. So I like it.
So the moral of the story is, if Sam or I ever say that we will just touch on something really quick, so you're sitting in for about a half hour or so.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about this anyway. So.
Oh no, I know. Believe me, I am just as guilty. That is by far not a complaint.
Yeah,
that's one of the things that makes me laugh.
Yeah, that's
Every
the
time
show.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep it really quick, and then 30 minutes later, I'm like, I
Bro,
failed.
we've all done
Failed
that. Yeah, you're
horribly.
sitting there, you're like, wait a second. It's the main topic. So, yeah, Animal Crossing is dope. It's if you guys are out there playing and you want to connect with us, let us know. Again, best way of doing that, join the fucking Discord, bro. Link will be below. Hang out with us. We'd love to visit islands, share shit, do whatever, hang out. Love to do so. You have anything else, Sam, before we move forward?
The only game I played was Blasphemous. It was a game I think that came out last year. It is a Castlevania type game, but it is very heavily like Dark Souls influenced. Very dark, religious.
Like Salt and Sanctuary, or does it move faster?
It's a little bit slower paced. Like it's like not slower paced. Well, not slow pace. It goes the speed of Castlevania, I would say. Like you have platforming.
Castlevania, which depends on what iteration you're talking about, because the Metroidvania versions are much faster moving than the more platform heavy Castlevania games.
Yeah, it's definitely platform heavy. But the aesthetic's really nice. I like it. It's a very cool pixel art. There's a faux rotoscope cutscenes that are pretty interesting. But it's very heavily religious based, like a lot of like Catholic terminology being thrown around. Basically, people have heard it's called the Conehead game because it's literally the character he's wearing a helmet, but it's this metal cone, and it has this like agonizing face, and it has like these like engraved like barbed wires going up all up the head, and you basically are meant to fulfill to kill this. It's called the great miracle or the miraculous like grief or whatever. There's a lot of like really dark things in the game. But it's really good. I love the art style. It's not too difficult. I've hit a few really hard zones, but it's not too bad. Highly recommend it if you love pixel art games and those type of like hard like Castlevania platforming games. It's really really fun. And then the other thing I'm watching is Beastars. It is an anime from the same company the same studio that did Land of Lustrous. And it's really good so far. Really surprising. It was totally different than I was expecting. But I gotta say, it's really good. It's a very good drama, like mystery, like high school kind of thing that takes place in high school, of course, because most anime nowadays, high school kids. But it's all okay. Let me try to say this right. Anthropomorphic animals.
It's a hard word. I fucked up on easier, so don't blame yourself.
You fucked up on one syllable, Kyle. You can't even speak. Sam's struggle with that is nothing like what you
Do I need
done.
to turn this podcast around? Do we need to go home? Talking shit? Do I need to turn this podcast around right now?
Well, I don't know. Are we there yet?
No. A few more exits. Does anyone have to pee before I miss this? Anyone got to pee? No? All right. Shut the fuck up.
But
Go
yeah,
in this bottle.
it's really good. The characters, of course, are they have humanoid bodies, but then of course they have like, the main character's a wolf.
They look like furry OCs.
Yeah, and I ignore that. I'm like, whatever. They can have their own thing. But,
I mean, hey.
No, the music's really good. I love the OP. The OP is a stop motion OP. It's really, really done well. Ending song's pretty good too. But yeah, it's I highly recommend it. Hopefully one day y'all can, whenever you get a chance to, we'll have to watch a few episodes and see what you think. But I personally like it so far.
Speaking
really
of anime, I'm so excited to watch My Hero after this.
Yes,
I can't
dude.
fucking wait to see. I've heard so many good things about this episode. Like it's one of the best of the season, shit like that. I'm like, that's a little. I mean, Infinite 100%. I mean, that's a lot of praise to get.
But this school festival though, gonna be honest, like super hype. Like I cannot wait for the musical performance.
Dude. This whole arc has been dope, and for something that could be considered a throwaway arc for a lot of people, this shit was still really well done. Like most of My Hero, like it's just well done. Fucking, well, that's good. I've heard good things about Beastars. A lot of people saying to watch it. Anything else?
Nope, that's all.
Nice, man. Shawn, how about you, my friend? How's the gaming going?
Well, one of my best friends decided to give me a lend of his PS4 so that I could get back into Final Fantasy, which I have done. As
And we
everybody,
realize we're not even done with the last expansion.
yeah,
So we're
as
not even
everybody
close to being into Shadowbringers.
as everybody is familiar with, after the fire, I had to stop. Like I had to step down from being the free company leader because I couldn't play anymore. I had to let the subscription go. The only thing I didn't cancel was my PSN subscription because I was still tagging in the free games because I'm planning on taking them with me, and I'd already spent the money on it. Couldn't get the money back, so I've put it back in, and at the time, I was fairly close. All things considered, I had made like I think I've been pushing for a month to get caught up, and I pushed myself up to a place called the Azim Step. And there is just a massive amount of shit you have to go through there, and the game starts doing what it's famous for and giving you all these little side quests that give you this world building, this culture building, and you start to realize just exactly how fucked up and barbaric the various cultures are, and the price the people pay that live there. And it kind of sinks in that what you're trying to do is take a troubled area that has a very unusual way of life. It's and I have their visual fashion seems very Arabic inspired, but their culture is more like ancient Gaul, like the Celts, because these various tribes are at peace with one another, yet they're constantly waging war amongst themselves, predating on each other, taking prisoners and forcing them to intermarry and bringing in new blood into the various tribes that way, and so on. And each one of them has their distinct own culture, and you learn that through the main story quest when you go in. But if you do any of the side quests, it gets that much deeper. And it's one of the most tragic areas that I visited up to the in the game up to this point in terms of just overall tragedy. Like the places we've been to before are like America, yeah, we got our asses kicked and a lot of people died in that last war or the one after that or the one after that, but fuck it, we're going to chin up, we're going to power through this. And I just rolled into an area that they're like, nah, it's pretty much sucks here all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just but it's our way of life. We're at peace even though we die all the time and starve, and people get kidnapped a lot. I haven't seen my sister in 3 years. It's just weird. It's not it's food for thought more than anything else, but it's just a reminder of how much I love the game, and I haven't been able to play it in so long, and I've got a lot of catching up to do, and I need to relearn my classes. I've been focusing on that because, but soon I want to start bringing more people into the free company. It's something that I was working on when I was taking over the free company. Right now, Kyle is running it in my stead, largely because I need to focus on bringing these characters up. But when I get at least one of them conceivably into content where I can start contributing more, I can actually start diverting my time back into the free company. What I want to do is I want to start spending a few hours every weekend just sitting down and kind of trying to bring in new players and help them and kind of guide them and bring them into the guild and kind of start feeling people out and building our presence there. Originally, it was just a bunch of friends, but I think we would benefit in the long run from bringing in more people. I know, again, we need to talk it over as a guild, but that's just what I was thinking before, is doing some recruitment campaigns, like on the weekend, spending a few hours in certain metropolitan places and throwing some conversation out there, and then seeing who responds and if people have questions and so on. So I've been kicking ideas around with that, because at some point in time, I'm going to need to resume my duties, and I want to make sure that we're actually growing. At least I think that would be a good idea. But if everyone else wants to keep things status quo, then that's fine too.
No, Hector and Nick have all said the same shit about adding people to the shit. So I don't give a fuck. I don't mind at all. I think that it's a lower priority right now because we should get everyone. No one's gonna join
No,
a
it's a
guild with
long-term
like
goal.
5 people that aren't even at end-game content kind of shit.
No, it's a long-term goal. This is something where I've been, but I don't want to just be the guy who's standing there shouting like, "If anybody needs a free company," and then just grabbing every Tom, Dick, and Harry that wants to join up, and then having them kind of not be an active part. Like, I think right now we're listed as a casual guild, if I remember
No,
correctly.
we're
I don't
hardcore
remember.
still.
Or is that hardcore?
Hardcore, never done an end-game raid. Pog.
Yeah.
We're hardcore.
So there's some
boys.
changes and some adaptations that need to be made.
I would love to get to a point where we could like host events at our fucking free company house and have people like set a time and have people come and be like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna be doing like giveaways and just everyone hang out and chill and have like live music and have like bards playing music and shit, bro, or something like that." Like I've been to events like that.
That is a great idea.
I had one that was on our server. Some dude invited me to it. It was like, "Oh, Saturday at this time, blah blah blah."
See, I went to one, but it was an RP thing, and that was awkward.
Okay. Oh fuck! Someone texted me and I lost all train of thought. But yeah, they had an event and they had like bards actually playing music, like light tunes and shit like that, and they were doing giveaways every 30 minutes, and they were having like DPS games and shit. Like it was just like things to do, and there's people hanging out. It was really fucking cool, and it was like I'm like, wow, this is dope. It reminds me, there's like one thing I did in WoW. They had this dude that it's like every Thursday or some shit. He'd have like a skit cooking show that he'd do, where he'd like just like run a cooking show and stuff like that. It was just weird. But I love stuff like that. I think that'd be cool if we ever get to the point where we can have people show up and do that stuff. That'd be dope. But again,
I think I mean, I would like to start putting a structure into place where we can do that. But right now, I still want to get back to my duties, but I'm focused pretty heavily on at least getting one of my classes into endgame. There's a lot of side stuff that I want to do. I think one of my favorite things about Final Fantasy is all of the interesting things that you can find to do that aren't necessarily pushing the game ahead. And I really like exploring all those nooks and crannies. Like one of the goals I want to do is find all of the photo op places where you got to go and do an emote. Yeah.
I've done most.
Like I want to spend a day just doing that.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of like side stuff to invest in. Like I've been doing this whole Ishgard restoration since it started. I actually was able to get accidentally. I got into the top 100 on our server just by doing shit trying to get the mounts, and I scored enough points to be in the top 100, and they gave me a title for it, which I thought was really cool. Surprised the fuck out of me. I was not expecting. I was just like, oh, I got a mail. What the? It's from a GM.
Well, you heard it, man. You're able to dump a lot more time in, and when you're able to do that, some things come back to you.
The funny part, there are whole days where I didn't even fucking touch it. Like I just don't know how it ended up happening. There might have been not a lot of people fucking doing it or something. I have no clue. But I remember I was talking to someone. It was actually fucking what's his name? Oh my god, you came across fucking Dorito Burrito. Our boy
Dorito Burrito,
yeah. I was talking with him about it. We were talking about Doom, and he was working on getting in the top 10 or top 12, I think, to get that title. And I'm like, oh, best of luck to you, my guy. And yeah, he's just a fucking little midget. His name's Dorito Burrito. What a gentleman. And I've seen him a few times. Also, our boy Sour
There's
Cream.
a weird meme that started in Final Fantasy a while ago, for all of you who don't know, where Lalafels, which is one race that's very small, they're like halflings. They started naming themselves food stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think the first one we saw was Sour Cream.
Sour Cream was the first.
Yep. And then there's Dorito Burrito.
I've seen Frosted Donut, Dorito Burrito.
Mashed potato, sauerkraut.
Yeah, just fucking like, okay, that's our tank.
So if I decide to play, do I need to like come up with a food pun or something?
If you're
or
a
If you're a Lalafell,
yes,
you want
have to respect.
You want to go with Lalafell, yeah. Even though in game the Lalafells do not have that culture.
No, their name is nothing like that.
Yeah, it has to. Like, I'm hoping that at some point in time the writers of the game recognize this and start slowly incorporating it. Like that, there is a group of Lalafells who proudly names themselves after food products.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously they need to come up with something that's a little bit better of a reason. Maybe they starved at one point in history, and so ever since then they name themselves after food. Ice cream tater tot, whatever, just because they want to do respect to those who starved or some bullshit. I don't know, but
I
it's
be want to try that.
pretty
An ice cream tater
fantastic.
tot. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, dude.
You get some like butterscotch or like some type of really almost savory like ice cream. Throw some tater tots in there, man. Have a
I
day.
don't know. That sounds fucking disgusting.
We can't forget about some of the fun Rogadin names though, like that one Rogadin tank, Brutal Butt Slaps.
Oh yeah, brutal butt slaps. I remember him. I had one dude. His name was 7-Eleven, but he had spelled it in a way where it looked like an elven name. So he had like commas in it and shit. But I was like, wow, that's an interesting name. And I go to actually read it out. It's 7-Eleven, and I'm like,
shit.
oh.
That reminds me, there's a bridge, and this is a long-standing joke. Like when the first Final Fantasy came out, it was their last hurrah. They thought the studio was going under, and they threw a little jab at both Enix and at Nintendo. And in one of the villages in the very first Final Fantasy game, there's a graveyard where there's a tomb for Edric, which is the hero from Dragon Quest, and there's not a tomb but a gravestone, and then another gravestone that says "Here lies Link." And ever since then, Square puts these little jabs at them. Every so often, you'll find a tombstone or a grave marker or something that alludes or does homage to The Legend of Zelda and to Dragon Quest. And now, since they've merged and Square Enix is one thing, part of that's kind of gone by the wayside because they're not going to poke fun at themselves. But they still, every so often, will put in something, and it's usually pretty slick towards Zelda. And I was wondering a while back if there was anything in this game, and it's so big that I doubted I was going to run across it. And then I noticed I was walking across a bridge. When you're in an area, it tells you what geographic area you've walked into. And I was walking on High HIGH Rule RULE Warriors Bridge.
Oh damn.
Nice.
And immediately I wanted to find out if anybody else had noticed that, which to date, not anybody in our free company has. But I had to bring that up to Kyle. That's the bridge that leads to the entrance to that upper level area in the Azim Steppe.
Oh, okay.
Hyrule Warrior Bridge. Yeah.
Nice.
And I believe Hyrule Warriors dropped before that expansion did.
Expansion's only 3 years old.
Yeah, and Hyrule Warriors was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, anything else, Shawn?
I got suckered back into Fortnite. I've had fun playing with you guys. I still don't like the game, but
Same.
I very much like playing with you. My aim has gotten better. My building has not, so I need to dedicate some time to build, but that hasn't really been
Screw building.
yet.
I'm never gonna build.
Well, I mean, I'll get more enjoyment out of lasting longer because I can't count on Hector to save me because usually he's running away.
Yeah, hitting that fucking jump is like, team?
Yeah,
What
the
team?
moment shit gets hot, he jumps in the air. That doesn't mean he stops fighting, but he jumps away to fight, like every time. And it's not a bad strategy, but when half your team is behind you still fighting, it's also not necessarily a team-based strategy. That's not to say he doesn't come back for me sometimes, but 3 out of 4 times, he's usually 9 miles away fighting somebody else.
Yeah.
And then patting himself on the back because we got the win. And I'm like, well, yeah, but the win's more satisfying if we're all there. But not for him. But it is what it is. You accept the good with the bad. So yeah, I mean, but my aim has gotten a lot better. I've started using more advanced weapons. I don't necessarily go for the tack all the time now. And I'm using strictly the AR without the burst if I can get a hold of it.
I fucking hate the burst rifle's trash, bro.
The gold
Unless
one
it's like
is really
right
nice,
in front
though.
of you. Even just like far as fuck, the actual assault rifle is a much better option because you get your first shot accuracy very quickly.
I use it as a single shot. I never use it as an auto anymore. I always use it as a single shot.
That depends how close they are. To me, like the Scar,
I mean, if
cleans a house if they're like mid-range to far range.
most of the time I don't have the Scar. Most of the time I've got like a blue.
Even the small one or the weaker one does good, but like definitely, like my like perfect setup would be either a pump, like a really good pump with an SMG, and then either a 50 cal or some kind of assault rifle, and then whatever.
That's fair.
Feeling. And
I like going in with a shotgun and an AR usually, unless I've got a mission telling me to. And then I like getting because I'm better as support. I like getting something that breaks structures, like a rocket launcher or a minigun. Yeah, and then I'll take the base of a tower out while you guys are approaching, so that by the time you get there, they're just sitting there defenseless, trying to throw walls back up. But I do like team strats because we can each actually take a role, and I do very much enjoy playing specific roles and having specific well-defined duties because it just kind of gives you something to focus on.
Yeah.
And then you feel like you're contributing. I don't know. It's just fun. I like doing that. But I've had some fun with that. I noticed that they have really stepped up their skin game. So like it used to be that their skims were dork central, just terrible, stupid, silly, dumb things. And now they actually make some stuff that's actually cool that you want to use.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. I haven't been able to play Smite much recently. Looking forward to getting back into that. And I downloaded something I swore I'd never play again because I got yelled at by 3 people to fucking download the stupid thing. So now I have Modern Warfare on the PlayStation 4.
Just the Battle Royale
Kyle has
mode.
lent me.
Yeah.
I have not actually played it with you guys yet, but I do have that on there. But otherwise, I've dinked around with a few independent games, just a little bit here and there. I ended up with 2 games I thought I'd never have because they both went on super sale on the Switch recently, and I was like, oh, I've got to play these because I can do a review corner on that. That'll be fucking hilarious. So I now have Galgun 2, and I have what's the other one called? I can't remember the fucking name of it. But you're 2 aliens that go to Earth to shoot women with happy bullets. And you shoot them on their boobs or their ass.
That's Galgun.
And no. It's similar, but no. Galgun is a first person. This is not. This is third person.
Third person shooting titties. Senran Kagura?
No. It's
I'm not sure then.
It's Pixie Gun. Girl Pixie something shooter.
There's another one like that? I didn't know that.
Gun Pixie or some
Sounds
shit.
dumb as fuck. Give me Galgun.
I don't fucking remember. But it's fucking funny. But what surprised me, because I thought it was just going to be another kind of ecchi thing, but they put like all these pretty heavy concepts in there. Like on one of the girls is overdoing. She's going on diet pills and starving herself, and you end up like knocking her out of it. Another one
shooting her titties
has. Yeah,
buddy.
but the messaging that it's putting behind it is a bit more grown up and mature than what I was anticipating. Like I thought it was just going to be cheesecake bullshit.
Shoot titty, jack off, coom.
I haven't really touched them long enough to get more than that, but I will play a little bit of each just to kind of give people an update on what's making such huge wave on the Switch where everybody's complaining.
All right.
That always gets me curious. Like, is it really as bad as what y'all are making it out to be?
Usually,
but I got them both for like, I got one for I think it was like $6, and it was 30 or something, 40 new.
Galgun has a VR mode, and that's why I need a VR set.
Galgun's a little bit. The only problem I've got with Galgun is it's a fixed. So it's a rail shooter.
Yeah, it's rail shooter.
So it drops you in one area and you can just turn like left or right and then position your camera and then you just pop them. But it's not necessarily like titties or face or whatever. Like you're just trying to take the unhappiness demons off of them or some shit.
Well, yeah, and you make an orgasm though in the process. Well,
you can. Sort of.
You can. Listen, I'm a Galgun expert. I know all there is, and I know the secret insta orgasm techniques for all these fake women.
Yeah, it's I mean the gameplay is not bad at all. It's just kind of
goofy.
Limiting. Like if there was like some sort of first person mechanic, I think it would be a little bit more engaging.
Yeah. Like fucking Senran Kagura Peach Splash. It's a fucking hero shooter. Bouncing boobies. All right.
I can't imagine a Senran Kagura hero shooter. That just messes me up.
Anything else?
No, that's it. That's all. I really haven't done much. I've been working from home, and that's not all that different from working at work. Just saves on gas money. So that part I like. But
Yeah, same, dude. I don't gotta fucking drive anywhere. It's nice.
Yeah, I haven't put gas in my car in over a week. It's been pretty fantastic. I still have a quarter of a tank. I had a quarter of a tank like a week ago.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. All right. I'm good. I've been playing a mix of 14 since everyone's been getting back into it because I was by myself for quite some time. And then Hector decided to start playing with me again. Then Nick followed, and then Shawn came too once he was able to play. So we have the squad pretty much back, which is nice. Hopefully we'll actually get to endgame content this time. See what happens. Because Nick will be like, he's fucking fly on the wall. He'll be here for like a minute, and then he's gone, and then he's back on WoW, cracking out and shit like that. So, but Doom. We're gonna talk about Doom. I fucking love Doom. Doom's really fucking.
What do you think
cool.
about the new enemies?
What?
What do you think about the new enemies they've added?
Oh, they're cool, I guess. I mean, okay, so I lost my train of thought from that question. so it's okay. It's not hard. It happens all the time. It's very easy to derail my train of thought. But so a few things. The UI is weird. It feels like the only thing that makes this game feel like it didn't come out just a few weeks ago or just a week ago is the UI. Or 2 days ago, actually, is the UI. The UI feels weird. I don't know why. It feels like it's an older generation game from the UI alone. Everything else, absolutely perfect. From changes from 1 to 2, for those who are curious, if you played 1 and haven't stepped into Eternal yet, a higher emphasis on mobility and arcadiness. The first game, there was a lot of movement. You're jumping around, and they had some arenas where it felt like a multiplayer map, but every arena I've ever been in Eternal feels like they're just making multiplayer maps and sticking them in the campaign, which is awesome. So every encounter you're playing, you have like almost like a like Quake / Doom style map. So there's launchers all over the place. You have armor and health upgrades hidden in different areas, ammo hidden in different areas. And the whole time, you're just jumping around, dashing around, trying not to get hit and die instantly, because I'm on not ultra violence or whatever, the one above it, nightmare, because I didn't want to be breaking anything. And I feel like the difficulty is a good mode. There's some elements where it gets very difficult and you die a lot, but it's never like, it's usually I do something stupid. It's not like I feel like I'm unfairly dying, which I feel like ultra violence would be. Outside of that, the soundtrack, absolutely banging. Just like the first game. Just as good, just as impactful, just as well designed. Really excellent music. Really, it takes the feeling that the first one had and brings it in with new systems, new enemies. There's also a new element, and they had kind of it in the first game, but now every type, there's like Shawn said, there's multiple new types of enemies. There's like the cacodemons, and there's I don't think there were cacodemons in the first one.
Yeah, I think
those are classic enemies, but I don't know if they were. In the first one.
Yeah, they were.
They were. There were cacodemons in 2016. I don't recall ever seeing them.
Pretty sure they were.
I'm not entirely sure.
I know they're trying to bring all of the enemies from the catalog in.
Yeah, they are.
They were the floating red ones and the floating brown ones. The red ones shot fireballs. The brown ones shot lost souls.
Yeah.
Then they had the big fat one, which they did have in the last one. I can't remember what it's called.
Name?
The one with the 2 big miniguns.
Oh, that Mancubus.
Yeah, Mancubus. Yeah. They had the Arachnotrons, and then the giant Arachnotron.
The Arachnotrons are new. Those were not in the first one.
They got a new one that wasn't in any of the previous ones. The Shield Baron, or whatever the fuck he is.
Oh yeah.
The original had the Hell Knights, the Hell Barons. The Cyber Demon was the big one.
Yeah.
Which I believe they had Hell Knights, Hell Barons, and Cyber Demons in the last one.
I don't know if they had. I know they had Hell Knights. I don't know if they had Hell Barons. I'm not sure. They have the Revenants, the ones with the rockets and shit that fly around. Yeah. They're still in the game.
What about the Archvile guy who raises his arms up and shoots fire everywhere?
I'm not. I think I've seen him because they have these things called like Slayer Gates. And they're like these specifically designed arenas that are purposely made to be hard as fuck. Like they just throw enemies at you. And I've seen some enemies in there I haven't actually seen in the main game yet. And like there's this one dude that did kind of like throw fire everywhere, but he looked like a Hell Baron, but he burst into flames and started moving faster, and he was scary, and he scared me, and he took a lot of ammo to die. And I'm not good with the names, because
the Hell Knight and the Hell Baron used to be the same skin, just different colors.
Oh,
I don't know what they would do in the new one. One was a tougher version of the other, basically.
They have like cyber variants of a lot of them too. Like there's the cyber Mancubus, which has like armor on it that you have to knock off first, and then you can go. But like what I was saying is, all these new enemies are adding, they all have like specifically designated weak spots, right? So like the Arachnotron has a turret above where the brain portion is, and if you break that, they obviously can't shoot at you. Or the Mancubus, he has the 2 flamethrower arms. If you break those, you do more damage focusing their weak spots. For the Cacodemon, you have a sticky grenade launcher. When he goes to attack, he'll open his mouth. You can shoot the grenade in his mouth and he'll eat it, and it doesn't kill him, but it puts him into a glory kill mode. So they're actually really easy to deal with, because you just shoot a grenade in their mouth and then you can glory kill him right away. So there's like, everyone has a way of dealing with it. The ones with the shields, if you have any plasma weaponry, actually I think only the plasma rifle will break them. But if you hit them, if they break using plasma ammo, they'll explode. So there's just like, when you're in an arena fighting, there's a huge emphasis to not just use one gun, not to sit on one weapon. You're constantly switching through your entire arsenal to efficiently dispose of every enemy they throw at you. And it's just fun trying to, you got like 9 buttons on your keyboard, and you're like cycling through everything, cycling through all your weapons, like what's the optimal weapon to use here, while on top of that jumping around like a madman, trying not to get shot, making sure you're glory killing for health if you need it. They also have a new element where there's a flamethrower, like a shoulder mounted flamethrower. If you hit anything with it and kill it, it will drop armor. So you can generate armor on top of health now. You don't get a lot, but it's still nice to have. So you're just constantly, a lot of twitch shooting, making decisions, trying to be like, okay, should I hide here? Should I jump up there for high ground? Where are these enemies? Can I train them? Kind of like a lot of the Slayer gates, what I'll do is I'll get rid of the problems, the ones that can have like hit scan or hit me from far away, and then I'll train the rest of them kind of, because they're chasing me around, and then I'll like just nuke the area that they're relatively in with rockets and shit, and it generally works well. The last one I did, they spawned these 2 big ass motherfuckers that took like 12 rockets each to kill, which is crazy because a Mancubus will go down in like 2 rockets. You could kill them pretty quickly, but it's just really fun. There's been a lot of like, the map design is really good. There's just a lot of areas where it feels like you're in a dev's playground. Like, they have the designs cool. There's also a lot of cool scale, like this, like really good scaling to a lot of stuff. Like when you first jump into the game, you drop down onto Earth, which is just absolutely fucked from demonic possession to demonic whatever the possession that's going on. And you have like giant, like 13, 14 story tall demons just kind of walking around and shit, and you're just going down. It's just, the scale is really cool. It really feels like everything's gone to shit, and you got like these really overwhelming forces you're fighting against as a single lone soldier or Doomslayer or whatever. It's really fucking good. It gives you the same feel the first one did, except just on steroids, because you're much faster. There's a huge, absolutely ginormous emphasis on mobility now, where before you had a double jump. That's about it. Now you have double jump, dash, you have a hook, you have the meat hook, which is on the super shotgun. It's like a grapple that will shoot out to an ad and pull you to them. You have like these poles that stick out of shit in the environment that you can like grab and fling yourself up in the air. There's like wall climbing now. There's a lot of puzzles that involve platforming now, which is really nice too. It just feels like a good evolution of the game. They're not abandoning anything that made the first one good. They're just adding new elements while keeping the feel of the first game. So overall, it's damn near a perfect sequel. It's just really fucking good. The story, I mean, it's Doom. I'm not super invested in it, but it's serviceable at the very least. It's nothing crazy, but it's just bring me more demons to annihilate and play the good bang bang music while I do it. That's all I want, and I will be happy with my purchase. And they've done that through and through. and it's just been overall an excellent experience so far. I'm about, I think, 6 or 7 hours in, maybe closer to 8. I haven't touched any of the multiplayer. I'm not really looking for that kind of experience right now. I don't know if I ever will. I do plan to like get all the collectibles and shit in the single player, the campaign, but it's been fun. It's been really fucking good. It looks pretty. It runs incredibly well, and it's just a blast of a time and the complete antithesis of Animal Crossing. Like, it's just
Although
so
they
crazy.
did, they were the fandoms were definitely cooperative and happy for each
Yeah,
other.
that was really cool.
Yeah, it was nice seeing that from the internet, and I'm sure a lot of people that did buy Doom also bought Animal Crossing because just like in the same situation I'm in. But it's just nice getting on Doom and just like maybe getting angry, clapping cheeks, having fun, just absolutely dominating and or getting dominated and just doing it to like really good music, and then up on Animal Crossing and like I'm gonna fish. I'm gonna fish for a bit and chill out. It's like the de-tilter because I got tilted a few times, but it's just been a really good experience. Been having a lot of fun. Been enjoying everything I've been playing. 14's been excellent. Excited the squad's back. Can't wait to hear Shawn's impressions of Shadowbringers when he gets there. Hector just recently finished it. He really enjoyed it. We're trying to get Nick caught up because he's 2 patches of content like behind. I don't know how close he is now, but that was the last time I spoke to him. And the story's still continuing, obviously. This is a continuing story, and we're moving forward to see what's going to happen next. And I'm very excited to see what happens next in the MSQ. So just nice seeing all these games. It's excellent. And I'm super excited to keep fucking playing. Super excited to watch anime tonight. Super excited I have to wake up early tomorrow because like we're doing remote instruction, but my teacher made the class still at the same time. Well, it makes sense because that's the time he knows is good for everybody, because that's what he was doing with his class. So I got to wake up at 8 in the morning to go to sit on my computer. At least I don't have to drive to school. That's the good part about it. But and watch him fail at trying to teach online because he could barely open his goddamn emails. I don't know. That's going to be a mess tomorrow. But it's just, hey, I'm just chilling. We're quarantining, doing our shit. Excited to keep playing some video games, and I'm currently deciding whether or not I'm gonna pick up Resident Evil when it comes out. So, but outside of all of that, I'm excited to get back into everything that I'm playing right now. So we're gonna move forward. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. We hope you all are staying safe where you're listening, however you're listening, and everything is going good with you guys. Yeah, it was a good episode. I appreciate everyone for hanging out with us tonight. But we got some anime to watch. We're going to fucking wrap this up.
Yeah, we do.
Boys, give it to me. All of it. Right on my face.
I mean, in my first, I guess. You're probably gonna kick me off this call for this joke, but I'm gonna go with it. I don't care. So what happened to the bunny that left to become a delinquent? He was hair today and goon tomorrow.
Goon tomorrow. That's the ending part of a much longer joke. Little bunny frou-frou. That one.
Yep. So there you go. There you go, guys. You're welcome. Hope you have become cultured. I feel like I contribute that to a very high echelon of comedy here, and I think my wit alone stands by my intellect. So there you go, guys. You're welcome.
Just go ahead, Shawn.
Hugs and kisses and all your pink parts.
Want to go ahead and leave y'all.
Kyle is broken.
But,
there's nothing left.
The official beverage of Ohio is tomato juice.